I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Coach, playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Mexico City Golden Eagles and the Buffalo Bills. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go now. 6 yards.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be a third and about 13.
Set, ready, on the base, 58, come on. That's right, baby, they don't want it. 58, boy, 58, 58.
From the gun, it's Jackson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Aaron Donald in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taken from just outside the 30. And running with power here. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work.
He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the 1st down.
Set, hut, Henry. Hey. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Here we go again. 36, 36. Slap, slap, slap. Switch, switch, switch.
Now this time he'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
At the 24-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. A big play here for Buffalo. 68 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
First trip to the red zone for the Bills. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Here's Jackson to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, 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 kill. Go, go. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Wall, get wall. Tighten up.
6-0 our score after one.
Check 50. No.
Bills nothing.
All day. Ready. 18 data. We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Let's go. Spawn.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
955. Slam. Check 52.
He'll look to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Ready. 58, it's Mike. Hey, here we go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
6 yards. 58, right there. In your face.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
1
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. They'll try and run for it. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
42 yards on the play. 1st down, Mexico City.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 17.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. 5. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's work done. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Hey, check. 3 check.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Jackson, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. DJ Moore, as the first half is winding down, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off down at the 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They run the counter. It's Ross. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And the Mexico City first down.
Here we go. Not a whoop. You got nothing. You got nothing.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
55. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check nickel, nickel. He's checking, he's checking.
They'll set up a throw. Forced out to his left. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one down to the 36. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
First down, Golden Eagles.
Seven's a Mike. Mike 7. Oh, here we go. Oh, 2 times, 2 times. Boom, boom. 3 down. Patch it. Whip. Watch the whip. Check your hot read. Check 3.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. He'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Here's Jackson. Nowhere Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a give right side. It's Ross. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run it now out of the gun. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the 1st. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. You must be dreaming. Check.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty.
Back. Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check. Hot. Jumper.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Crunch. Squeeze. 31. Check 31. Watch twist.
Watch the safety creep.
Safe.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Kill. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch twist. Check.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Come on. I'm trying to collect. Undercrush.
Right back to him on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 at the 42-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, it's Ross, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles. Now the ball comes loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll roll him out right. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Touchdown.
On first down, Ross. He's got the first down here inside the 30. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. 44 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And with that, the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a two-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the two-point conversion.
They're not home yet. They still need the two-point conversion to keep their Super Bowl dreams alive. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Ready. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
On second down now, it's Ross. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go. Well, a Lombardi trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold.
Oh, it's got to feel great for them. And remember, Lamar Hunt helped create the American Football League, which became, of course, in most part, the American Football Conference. And he's the one who gave us the name Super Bowl.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.